So I'm back here for the second week. I've left it for a few days. I finished in here last Thursday. I had the weekend and I'm back now on Wednesday and sort of let the place settle a little bit from all the work I did before, all the getting rid of the dust, all of the getting rid of the muck that was caked in between the bricks on the floor, and back in now and looking at what I need to do next. I think the most obvious thing, I still need to scrape a bit more muck out of the floor. It's clear that there is a bit of damp in the bricks in this section at the front of the stable, which I can't really explain. It's been pretty dry recently, and it may not be from the ground, it may just be from all the, to be honest, horse wee that has been under two big rubber mats that have been across the front of the stable for a long time, and it's just obviously trapped moisture. So we'll see, but I'll dig out more muck and see if that relieves a bit of the moisture. Having said that, I do need to jack wash the place. That's going to get rid of a lot more dust, so obviously I'm going to create a lot more moisture by doing that, but I think that's probably the route I need to go through, get that done. We've got some really warm weather coming up, which will be handy for drying out. So take that opportunity to get that done. Imagine jet washing something like this in the winter, it would just be damp for a long time. So make the most of that. So that's the plan. See where I get to. As with last week, everything took twice as long as I was expecting. So I'm hoping today will be a little bit quicker, but let's get going and I'll see how I get on. So I'm back in the evening, actually. It's 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. now. I made a bit of an error because I lost my battery at probably about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So bit of a schoolboy error. I need to get a battery pack or just even bring my charger. Would have been sensible, but never mind. I'm back here now. I made a bit of progress. It does feel like I had to make a big mess in order to make any progress today. I did a lot of jet washing. So I finished pulling out muck from the floor, and then I got on with jet washing. It was a really good job. I did pull out the muck from the floor because there was so much water that it would have just been so messy. As it was still messy, but there wasn't too much muck and dust, but a lot of the paint came off the walls, which was surprising actually. I didn't realise it would come off quite so easily. So in a way it's saved quite a lot of work. Still a lot to get off, but I was wondering how I was actually going to be able to do that. So I'm pretty pleased that I managed to do that, and a lot of it has come off. There's obviously a lot of standing water now because I was unable to get all the water from the dipped bits of the floor. So I know obviously I need to get this floor level and that will deal with that, but obviously it's a problem now and I'm going to have to wait a few days for it to dry out. One other thing that we found was that the drain outside is blocked. It's gone down quite a lot now, but it's not really flowing away, and my auntie thinks that there's a blockage somewhere on the way out to the road. Like the electrics, luckily the drainage for the village goes along the road, so if there is a blocked drain it should be easy to find out where the blockage is or if there's a broken pipe to fix it here. So it's not too much of a worry, but it's another thing obviously to get sorted out. So yeah, it doesn't feel like amazing progress today, but actually when I come back in a few days, I'll probably come back next week, let the place really dry out. I can vacuum up the rest of the paint on the floor and maybe try and vacuum some of the wall and scrub it down a little bit with a brush and try and get the flaky paint off, and then decide what to do next. I was having a quick think about the stable door because I'm going to need to fix this, and I was just wondering whether it would be better for me to take it on as a project. I'd need to buy a couple of tools because I don't have decent saws, things like that. But otherwise I think I could probably match the design of the door, but at least then I know it will be new and fit properly and I can fit a good lock. So I'm quite up for that challenge. So today I'm going to have a go at roasting some more coffee. I've got quite a few samples from Antioquia, Colombia, which is an area south of Medellin. I have some friends there that work with a big group of farmers and they produce some amazing coffee. So they sent me quite a few samples to try and establish a bit of a link with the UK. They don't currently sell any green coffee to the UK and they'd love to. And it'd be great to help them do that. And then later down the road, obviously it'd be great if I can buy the green coffee from them to roast it myself. So it's all about sort of building links and a network and to open the UK market a bit to these farmers who are all doing a really great job of producing some of the best coffee that you can get. So this particular one I've got here is a pink Bourbon, which is a really highly priced variety. This one has a cupping score of 87, which is high. It is subjective and one group of people might give it a higher number, one group of people may give it a lower number. It's just a general range, but within that band, in the sort of mid to high 80s, you're talking generally about a pretty good coffee. So I'd love to roast this and drink it myself because I haven't tried this in a cup yet. So I want to use the machine. I've got here, I think I need to, it's 100 grams. So this machine, I've now bought a extender for it. It means that as a base, this machine roasts 120 grams, but this extends it to allow it to roast from down to 50 grams up to 200 grams. So in that, it's like a sort of software update plus a sort of steel ring that allows more coffee to be added to the I'm not sure how to get that out, but added to the actual cylinder where the coffee's roasted. So I'm going to just do the software update for now because it would be good to roast this 100 grams. It will fit in there without the cylinder, but I do need to do the software update to tell the machine to reduce the default capacity down from 120 to 100. So I'm going to do that now on my computer and do some roasting. So roasting now, nearly 3 minutes into the roast. I think it's expected to take under 7 minutes and then there'll be a couple of minutes cooling down, or maybe a bit more than that. I haven't done this that many times yet. So because this pink Bourbon is a washed and light coffee, it wants to be lightly roasted. It's a good coffee and we don't want to roast all the flavour out of it. So aiming for a really light roast, and
I'll drink it in a filter pour over, and in the Mocha Master machine, also a filter pour over, automatic filter pour over. So definitely want it to be light roast. So it'll be really interesting to see how this comes out. So the coffee's cracking now, you can just hear it. And in this particular coffee roast, there won't be much. That's it. That's all the roasting done now. So it's now cooling down. And because it's such a light roast, as soon as the coffee starts cracking, it's where the moisture is exploding from the bean. That's where this roast is telling it to stop baking, cooking, roasting the coffee anymore. Okay, so the roast itself took 6 minutes 34 and the cool down took 3 minutes 50. Very, very sweet smell coming from there.